Everybody, please stand for the flag salute. Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Mayor. Board of Commissioners Public Meeting. Today is Tuesday, September 20th, 2022, and the time is 7:05. Pursuant to the requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, notice of this meeting was published in the December 9th, 2021 issues of the Nutley Sun, the Herald, and the Star Ledger. A copy of this notice has been posted on the Nutley Town Hall Bulletin Board, and a copy is on file in the Municipal Clerk's office. Commissioner Kelly.
Present.
Commissioner Evans. Here. Commissioner Petracco. Commissioner Tucci.
Here.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Here.
All present, Mayor.
Move to communication.
Yes, Mayor. The VFW Holding Company of Nutley has submitted social affair permit applications for two upcoming events to be held at 271 Washington Avenue, Nutley, New Jersey. The paint and sip scheduled for Friday, October 14th, 2022, from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. with a rain date of Friday, October 21st, 2022. In the second annual VFW Post 493 Trunk or Treat scheduled for Friday, October 28th, 2022, from 5 p.m. to 12 a.m. with a rain date of Saturday, October 29th, 2022.
Do I have a motion? Move it.
Second. Commissioner Kelly.
Aye.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Aye.
And that's all for communication.
Report. Commissioner Tucci. Commissioner Evans.
I have code enforcement report for the month of August.
Commissioner Petracco.
Yes, we have our public safety report for the month of August also.
Thank you. Let's move on to Bill.
Yes, Mayor. Bill is for September 20th, 2022. Public affairs, $117,323.22. Revenue finance, $2,818,821.72. Public safety, $34,866.84. Public works, $584,736.06. Park public property, $199,070.37. Water utility, $422,585.24. Payroll for Friday, September 2nd, 2022. Regular payroll, $855,268.76. Overtime payroll, $56,357.71, for a total payroll of $911,626.47, and a grand total of $5,089,037.92.
Move bills.
Second.
Commissioner Kelly. Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco. Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Aye. Before we move on to public comment, just if anybody's here about the redevelopment plan of Franklin Avenue, which is the Ciccolini property that's been pulled to the agenda tonight. Can't hear anything. I'll just speak loud. Is that better? All right, so the redevelopment plan for Franklin Avenue, the Ciccolini property, has been pulled to the agenda for tonight. It'll be on our next meeting. So we're gonna have public comment on agenda item only. Madam Clerk?
Yes, Mayor. All persons addressing the Board of Commissioners regarding community concerns should approach the microphone and provide their name and address for the record. Unless further time is granted by the board, each person shall limit their address to 3 minutes. All remarks to the board and its individual members must be addressed to the mayor. The mayor may defer citizen comments to the appropriate member of the board.
Would anybody like to address the Board of Commissioners on agenda item only? Seeing none, let's move on to Board of Commissioner announcement. Commissioner Evans.
Thank you, Mayor. I have to read direct that on September 13th, we held our annual tax sale Total value of property tax is $100,000. The water rental values were $25,292, for a total of $133,000 that were sold at fees. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Tucci?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. This Sunday, September 25th, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., we will be holding our annual Nutley Fall Festival in the park, Memorial Park 1. I encourage everyone to come out. It's always a good time. There are many vendors there, there are food trucks there, and you see a lot of neighbors that maybe you haven't seen in a while. Thank you, Mayor.
And just a further announcement on the Fall Fest Farmers Market will relocate for the Sunday to the Fall Fest. We will not be in our normal location. Commissioner Chuck?
Yes, on Sunday, seems like it's gonna be a busy day. We have our Unity, sculpture that's in Anacott Park, otherwise known as Borough Park, our Nutley out there. It's gonna be from 1 to 5, 2 to 5 on, this Sunday. And I also like to just take this opportunity to thank Commissioner Tucci for all your help with that sculpture, Frank DeBeo. I don't know how you do it, some of the things you do. And Sam was instrumental, Jyoti Vincenzo from the county went to help. And we had a couple of shots of it, but really came great. I appreciate the help.
Our pleasure.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Kelly?
Just very briefly, we're continuing our COVID booster vaccination clinics, as well as now we're going to be doing flu shot clinics. So look out for more information on that or contact the health department.
Thank you, Commissioner. Let's move on to resolutions. Commissioner Tucci?
I'm sorry. I'm going to take these a little bit out of order this evening, and I'm going to read the resolution on behalf of the Board of Commissioners, honoring and commending all of the honorees for the 2022 Nutley Belleville Columbus Day and Italian Heritage Month Parade. Whereas on Sunday, October 9th, 2022, the Nutley Belleville Columbus Day and Italian Heritage Month Parade Committee will celebrate its 40th annual Columbus Day festivities, commemorating Columbus' historic voyage to the New World. And whereas the Nutley Belleville Columbus Day Parade Committee has a long history of recognizing community members that have contributed to the rich heritage of the Italian American culture and celebrate their immeasurable contributions to our community as well as to our nation. And whereas the Nutley Belleville Columbus Day and Italian Heritage Month Parade Committee will celebrate its annual honoree dinner on Wednesday, September 21st, 2022 at Nonina's Park, Belleville, New Jersey. And whereas the 2022 honorees have demonstrated exemplary service to their community and have therefore been designated for these special honors. And whereas those who enhance the well-being and vitality of their community and have shown a long and sustained commitment to honoring and preserving their culture have earned the recognition of this board as well as the citizens of our community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley and the County of Essex join with the citizens of Nutley to salute and congratulate our Grand Marshal, Tina Savasio, Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, Dolores Del Dio Kirk, the Italian Heritage Award recipient, Michael D. Calabro, Belleville Italian Woman of the Year, Patricia Ferraro Wells, Belleville Italian Man of the Year, Dr. James A. Carino, Nutley Italian American Woman of the Year, Roseanne Biazzi Vasquez, Nutley Italian Man of the Year, Jason P. Zinna, Renaissance Women of the Year, Jerry Custodi, Renaissance Man of the Year, Nicholas F. Cosarelli, Business Leader John Monaco, along with Community Excellence Award recipient Frank Foster Dawkins, as they are honored here this evening, and the presentation will be made tomorrow evening at their annual dinner, and it will be personalized for each of the honorees. I very proudly move this resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Kelly.
Aye.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracca. Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Aye.
Be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley and the County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that the treasurer be, and she is hereby authorized, or he is hereby authorized, to refund payments for recreation programs in the amounts listed below. For 103 6th Street Sports Program, the Festival in the Park, in the amount of $100 with year 2022. I move the resolution.
Commissioner Kelly.
Aye.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracca. Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Whereas Township of Nutley Ordinance 665-22, preservation of trees, states that tree removal permits must be obtained for a cost of $50 per tree. And whereas the Township of Nutley Department of Parks and Public Property authorizes a refund for each tree permit submitted upon the planting of a new tree on the said property, replacement tree size and species being approved in advance by the Township Forester. And whereas funds will be available from account C-01-904-905. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley in the County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that the Township Treasurer is authorized to refund the tree permit fee collected as per the Shade Tree Preservation Ordinance for Donnell J. Hatter, 47 Hopper Avenue, for one tree in the amount of $50. I move the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Kelly.
Aye.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracca.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli.
I believe that's all I have now, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner. Whereas Resolution 23622 was adopted by the Board of Commissioners meeting held on September 6, 2022, Silcon, New York, 9 Hinton Road, Parsippany, New Jersey, road surfacing on various roadways in the Township of Nutley, and whereas the project amount in said resolution contained typographical error, now therefore be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners, Township of Nutley, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, rescind Resolution 23622. Move the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Kelly.
Aye.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracca.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Aye. Whereas Nutley is a member of the Morris County Cooperative Pricing Council, whereas Morris County Co-op ordered a bid for road servicing to Tilcon, New York, 9 Hinton Road, Parsippany, New Jersey, period January 1st, 2022 to December 31st, 2022. And whereas Nutley wishes to utilize the Morris County Co-op milling, paving of various roadways, in various locations in Nutley, whereas funds are available from account G04119405, ordinance number 3183A in the amount of $180,800. Account G04133401, ordinance number 3371 in the amount of $57,396.94. Account G04158401, ordinance number 3407 in the amount of $154,457. Account G04167401, ordinance number 3456 in the amount of $107,346.06, and have been certified by the Chief Financial Officer. Said certification be attached to the resolution. Whereas engineering services has recommended the attached change order number 1 in the amount of $103,641.37 for additional quantity, total contract amount of $600,641.37. Whereas funds are available from account G04170401 in the amount of $103,641.37 have been certified by the Chief Financial Officer. Said certification attached to the resolution now therefore be resolved by the Board of Commissioners, Township of Nutley, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that change order number 1 is attached to change contract originally awarded to Silcon. It is hereby authorized to approve the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Kelly.
Aye.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracca.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Aye, whereas raffle application has been received from the following organizations: Good Shepherd Academy, license number 5122, calendar raffle, Monday, December 5th, 12th, 19th, 2022, January 2nd, 9th, 16th, 23rd, 30th, February 6th, 13th, 2023, whereas the application has been reviewed and approved by the Clerk Police Department. Now therefore be resolved by the Board of Commissioners, Township of Nutley, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that the aforementioned license is hereby approved. The municipal clerk is authorized to issue said license. I move the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Kelly.
Aye.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracca. Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Aye. That concludes the business portion of our meeting. Madam Clerk.
Yes, Mayor.
We have, here from the town.
That's what's going to happen right now.
Okay.
All persons addressed to the Board of Commissioners regarding community concerns should approach the microphone and provide their name and address for the record. Unless further time is granted by the board, each person shall limit their address to 5 minutes. All remarks to the board and its individual members must be addressed to the mayor. The mayor may defer citizen comments to the appropriate member of the board.
Does anybody wish to address the Board of Commissioners this evening?
From, 48th Road. Last year after the flood, we were talking about getting somebody here to help resolve the issue of the flooding. Has any progress been made in that area?
Mrs. Rubino, the ongoing study, which we've, should be getting a first draft of, within the next week or so from our engineers. They've examined all the drain area, looked at the rivers, the, outfall. So that's in the draft stage. Hopefully, in a month, we'll have a final, report.
Very good, thank you.
Anybody else wish to address the Board of Commissioners this evening?
Good evening. Can you hear me okay? All right, thank you. My name is Gail Norris. I reside at the Gateway Condominiums, 25 River Road. And wondering if anybody on the board could either assist me or tell me who to contact regarding a unit, C like cat 9. The unit was inhabited up until approximately 3 years ago by a gentleman who unfortunately happened to be a hoarder. And one day, there was an odor. It smelled like possible fire was starting, and somebody called the fire department. Fire department came down, and I don't remember the gentleman's name. I think he was captain, the fire department deputy captain. The gentleman went in the unit and came out gagging. He was so disgusted. He said, "Did anybody ever call the Board of Health?" It had, in fact, been called before. He said, "I'm going to call the Board of Health." He was so disgusted with the contents of the unit. The gentleman, approximately 3 years ago, became ill and he wound up in the hospital. And I've heard two different stories. One, he eventually wound up being placed somewhere like assisted living facility, or two, he passed away. I have no idea which story is accurate. The property taxes are paid. I'm not sure who's paying them. Unfortunately, right now, the contents of that unit are still deplorable. Nobody's living there. A notice was put on the door last month regarding a legal process that will be starting with possible foreclosure at the end. And I don't know how long that process will take. One of my neighbors, a few weeks ago, happened to be walking by and the door was ajar. It was open enough, so she went to see if anybody was possibly in there for whatever reason. She can attest to how that unit currently is. I have not gone in the unit, so I don't know what is inside. She can tell you how horrible it is. My concern is that whatever is in there, whether it's mold, insect infestation, anything that may be hazardous to the other people living there. There's somebody that lives above that unit, and there are 2 other units, 4 units on that particular porch, may be impacted. Their health may be impacted. How can we get someone to clean up that particular unit?
So thank you for bringing that to our attention. I will coordinate with the health department and Dave Barry, who's the construction official. I'll advise them, just so I'm clear, this River Road unit C9.
C like cat 9, that's the unit number. It's the Gateway Condominiums at 25 River Road. The health department, it's my understanding, my neighbors can correct me if I'm wrong, there are 3 other neighbors that live in the same complex. They were out there before. Now, some things were taken out. One of my neighbors saw large garbage bags taken out. That was a while ago. I thought everything had been cleaned out. But you can't really see, the lines are drawn. The back in the driveway, you could see books like on the windowsill, but the unit is so high up, all you can see are the books in the window. I assume there were just books left in that particular unit, but neighbor Barbara saw what was inside in the unit when the door was left open by somebody. Nobody was in the unit. She recently saw, and I don't want to sound gross, but there are feces in there.
So,
And that
I
unit
like
has not been occupied by that gentleman in approximately 3 years. When
I heard,
he wound up in Claremont, he was taken away by emergency services. Well, I never saw him. He was sick. She called 911. They took him away. He never came back. And he has family in another state that have no desire to interact with him. So he's alone. And we're dealing with the situation now for several years. We tried to get that unit cleaned up, and we're nowhere. I thought it was cleaned up, like I said, other than the books in the back on the driveway side, high up, you can see them, but my neighbor saw what's inside, and it's disgusting.
so ma'am, I will have Dave Barry, construction official for the township. We have property maintenance code, things like that. That's adhered to. If the property is vacant and it's locked, might be some issues about getting inside. We'll coordinate with the health department with Commissioner Kelly to see what we can get. John, do me a favor, would you?
I don't know how anybody can get in there. We don't have the key.
I understand that. We will have to address and figure that out. Would you? John is the treasurer of the town. Would you please give me your name and phone number so we can at least follow up with you?
Just one question, ma'am, have any of the neighbors seen anybody going in and out of there? Like, somebody
Yeah.
utilizing it?
The gentleman who's above that unit, he's lived here possibly 4 years, 5 years. He happened to tell me, because I saw the screen door. We have a regular door, and then we have a screen door, and the screen door was wide open. So I walked over to close the screen door, and I had difficulty closing it. The rod where that little device goes along and closes it was bent. So the gentleman happened to be coming home that lives above the unit, and he says, "Oh, let me help you." And I said, "I don't know how this got this way." And he said, "Oh, they were moving some furniture out." I said, "They?" He said, "Yeah, some people were here moving furniture out." And this was well over, I would say, last year sometime, possibly. So I thought it was going to be occupied. I didn't realize, what was still in there. So my neighbor here saw what was inside when the door was open. And she wound up closing it so that no animal, skunks or raccoons would wind up getting in there. And then we have to deal with that all.
Mayor, can I ask a question? Sure. Ma'am, is this a rental unit?
No, well, he owns, as far as I know, he still owns it, because the notice that went up on the door last month talked about there's a law firm, and it has the gentleman's last name on the paperwork, and it says something about paying something. I don't know if it's mortgage payments or what. Otherwise, there'll be foreclosure procedure. It's about maybe 3 or 4 pages taped to the door, and that popped up last month. So somebody is coming by. I just don't see who's putting that on it.
Is there some sort of association or group?
We are the
Where you want
association.
Oh, okay.
That's why we're here.
I know you're the ones that want some action, and I understand that. Has it been reported to anyone in the complex? And what was their response?
The property manager does live on the property. He's been notified. The lawyer for the association tried to make contact to find out what was going on. I believe the Board of Health was notified also. And I don't know if the gentleman, when he was there, the Board of Health gained access or not, but when that, I think it was 2019, when the smell of what someone thought was possible fire starting, and the fire department contacted the gentleman at the time. I went down to see what's going on. He had a white shirt. He was, I don't know, captain of the fire department or deputy, whatever his title was. He went in there and he came out so quickly, and he was gagging, and he's, just so upset about what was inside. He said, "I'm contacting the health department." He was really upset.
Well, was there any response from folks that own the complex?
From
No, I understand about him, but no, there's no. So there's no, you've received no response after reporting this to them and nothing, you're getting nowhere.
No,
Okay.
and this Res Barbara was the one that saw what the contents of
Right.
that unit looked like, and when she told me,
Mhm.
I was shocked because I thought it had been cleaned out except for the books on the window. And she said like it's all like rust stuff, or maybe something's growing on the cabinet.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I know that, so yeah. Yeah. Or all of the above. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
right. Yeah. What, you shouldn't have to put up with that.
No.
Between Commissioner Evans' property maintenance folks and Commissioner Kelly's health department people that this will be addressed. I mean, you shouldn't have to live like that. It should have never gone this far. But irresponsible management, but
So we'll be there tomorrow. I'll make sure David's there tomorrow.
Thank you, Gail. And we'll address that. Anybody else like to address the Board of Commissioners this evening? Barbara? Come up.
Here, it's probably
Just your name and address.
Barbara Marklees, 25 River Road, A5 Gateway Condominium. We were here either October, or November of last year regarding a tractor trailer. Commissioner Tractor, you might remember, and it's a man that's called Gail Knight. You remember? Okay. And I think this is Deputy Green and maybe yourself came down, had the sign, it says no parking, a line, and then the arrow and an arrow. And we were told that the street was no parking. From that sign to the other side of our property, the park. Well, the cab, tractor trailer, was getting tickets, finally went away, cars were getting tickets. Of course, our concern was, as we pull out our driveway, and he's parked here, cab, tractor trailer, we can't see what's coming down Park Avenue going towards Bellevue with a tractor trailer. It was a matter of we're waiting for somebody gets T-bone coming out of our driveway. So we came. If we're coming down River Road from Park Avenue and Nutley going towards Bellevue, he parks on that side. If we're going to go left up Park Avenue, we can't see what's coming past him. He blocks our view. And we can get out there and end up getting T-bone. So we came, I think that Green came down, he looked at the sign, he told us it was no parking. From that sign to the other driveway, like 24/7, no parking. So the cab trailer eventually, after getting tickets, the car, he went away. Now he's back with a FedEx truck, not the truck that delivers to your home, like cab and a smaller trailer. The man lives next door. Our parking lot is right next door to Arbor Hills. And I've seen him walk across our property and get in the truck. So he living right next door. And same guy that had the cab, tractor trailer, lived next door. So a couple times I called town. It's out there now. I'm assuming they came and gave a ticket. I called on September 1st, was there. I was told that they were too busy at that time to send an officer down to give them a ticket.
What was that date?
I'm sorry,
What was the date that you called and they said that to you?
September 1st.
About what time?
Oh, he's only there like mid-afternoon. He's there
So
about
it would be before.
two, maybe 2
Okay.
o'clock, 1, 2, and he's there till only about 4. He was there one Friday and overnight, and I went out early Saturday morning and still there. Okay, so nobody came. Guy left. I called back to the police officer. her and I said, don't bother coming down to tickets. He's gone now. He's out there on the 2nd of September. I call again. I explain the situation. I called yesterday. You're too busy to come down. He's here now. Okay, we'll get back to you. So I see the police officer go by. Then he goes to Arbor Hills, turns around, light off and goes. So I had gave them my number and my name, and an officer called me back. And I have his voicemail on my phone. He said that there's no ordinance that anybody can park there, not in violation, and he can park where he wants along that part of the road. So on the 8th, I went to the municipal court, had to pay a parking ticket for Franklin Avenue. 10 minutes past the meter, I had to pay $24, and he's parking there for hours on a no parking street. And I asked to speak to Deputy Chief Green. He wasn't available. She checked, left a message. I asked for you, Samantha. I asked for you. You weren't involved at the time. I left a message. And nobody come back.
Well,
Our safety. This is
well-
on record and not being done for us for our safety there.
well, let me
So
start
we
with,
get broadsided coming out.
well, I happened to grow up on Park Avenue, so I know what that street's like.
Well, lots
And-
of when you grew up, it's now.
I
The
gotta
tractor
tell you,
trailers, yeah.
it was pretty busy because that's when 21 just came through there and everybody cut through. But that type of answer is just not acceptable to me as the director of public safety.
Mhm.
So I would love to see your, listen to your voicemail.
Okay.
And I assure God made apples, that will be addressed
Because when he
tonight.
came last year,
Tonight.
if he can park, well, good. But could you put a mirror like across the street so then maybe we can see? He's allowed to park. I mean, there's nothing we
Well,
can do
I
about.
thought that
but-
we already went through that. They're not allowed. to park.
That's what you were told, but
So just let me not get my hair on the back of my neck up too much.
Mhm.
And I'll bite my tongue right now, but I give you my word. And you could give her my cell phone number, Sam, because if you have a problem like that, and let me listen to both sides of it before I make a decision, but that is not acceptable to me.
do
At
you
all.
want to hear that at the end?
I
okay.
would love, I would
Okay.
love to,
All
if you could hang out.
Anybody else like to be, to address the Board of Commissioners this evening? Seeing none, we need a motion to go into executive. Jonathan, to discuss. Move it.
Second,
Whereas Section 8 of the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975 permits the exclusion of a public from a meeting in certain circumstances. And whereas the public body is of the opinion that such circumstances exist. Whereas the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley, the County of Essex, State of New Jersey, desires to proceed to close executive session. Now therefore be resolved that the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley move into executive session to discuss contract negotiations and litigation. Be it further resolved that the time such discussions may be disclosed to the public shall be when as such disclosure may be made, excuse me, without adversely affecting the Township of Nutley in or anticipated legal, personnel, contractual matters, and other matters in the exceptions for provided for by statute. This resolution shall take effect immediately. Commissioner Kelly.
Aye.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracca. Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Aye. We will be having no further business this evening, so I need a motion to adjourn.
Move it.
second,
Commissioner Kelly.
Aye.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracca. Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Aye.
And the time is 7:39.
Night, everybody.